a good offer a year ago is different than a good offer in COVID.
You got to put people through something that's not just like sale, sale, sale.
At the end of the day, if your offer isn't good, it's not going to sell.
You're listening to E-Commerce Uncensored with Kevin Manel and Jason Caruso.
Hey everyone, and thanks for joining us on another episode of E-Commerce Uncensored. This is episode number 206. My name is Kevin Manel, and I'm here with
Jason Caruso.
It's a little weird, actually, not having my headphones on. It's kind of strange.
And
Isn't
like
it
looking
weird?
at you while I'm doing this. Like,
Yeah, I know. We're sitting. I think we're 6 feet apart.
yes.
But we're here in our office today because we're rearranging some of our office space here and doing some things in office, which is a little bit overwhelming, but we're here.
We're here.
Before we get going, Jason, we should talk a little bit about your Facebook course. It's been a little while since we've talked about it.
Yeah, we've done a little rearranging. I re-recorded some of the videos because I lost them. People were sending me emails saying, "Hey, I'm trying to watch the course." I'm like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, it's a funny story. We announced the winner of our Facebook ad course giveaway, I think on last episode, and we didn't know where the first video was.
Couldn't find it.
But you got a fresh new video now.
New video. Yeah, and that video was like 45 minutes long. I actually kind of condensed it down to like 30 minutes, which I think is a little bit more manageable. But yeah, that first video is like worth the money of the entire, course, because it basically will teach you how to be successful with your ads on any platform, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So
you can check that out at ecommerceuncensored.com/truth.
Yep.
And sign up for that.
Right.
So today we had a conversation with one of our clients the other day, and we started talking about some of our flows that we have going in Klaviyo. And, I think sometimes when you have a lot of things going on, it's like some of those other things that have kind of just been kind of going for a long time kind of go by the wayside a little bit, and you just let them automate a little bit. But there really is, and it brought up the conversation with our client that there is some low-hanging fruit there that we could probably optimize, some of the flows we have going on. So we have this, they have a pop-up on their website when you go to their site, and it offers you a 10% off discount if you sign up to their email list. And obviously the first few emails are, here's your code.
I want to back up a little bit, though.
You want to back up a minute? Okay.
Yeah, you kind of got right into it. I just want to say that this client of ours, when we first started working with them, they were already a 7-figure business. They were doing maybe like $1 million or $1.5 million or something like that.
Something like that.
They went through several agencies, and they were a brand new company. They only were in business for less than a year at that time, I think, right?
Which when they came to us, we're like, wow, you guys have done a lot.
They've done really well, really quickly. And now they're like, Kevin and I were going over the numbers, and if they're on a run rate of almost $10 million just 2 years later. So we started working with them. They were doing like 1.5. 2 years later, we're on a run rate of almost 10 million. And this is it's really interesting, Kevin, like the kind of things that when you first start out, the things that you put your time and your attention into, and then when you get as big as these guys are, which is like 10 million almost, like the things that you almost forget about the things that you started or you made such a high priority of, because there are so many moving parts of a $10 million business compared to a $1 million business.
Yeah, and we put a lot of focus on their paid marketing. I feel like we've gotten to a place where, we got their Facebook ads working at a consistent, they're working consistently well. Their Google ads are kind of working well, and they have a PR team that's really driving a lot of good traffic to the website. They have affiliate programs. It's all these other pieces are going on at the same time that I feel like they're in a good place where you got to kind of, because I remember, you're right. I mean, when we started this and we got on this call and we started talking about how to optimize their flows, there's so many flows in there that we spent so much time on and so much effort. And, there was a lot of other things that happened along the way too with this client is like, COVID hit and they had some inventory problems. So we had to cut back a little bit. So we're basically kind of now things are leveling off. COVID is kind of, I don't want to say going away because it's probably never going to go away, but it's settling down where their manufacturing has gotten more consistent. So now it's time to kind of go back and optimize things.
Yeah, we were looking through the flows and like the look and feel of the company has changed since then. It's like we really haven't even visited that stuff in a long time, and there's just so much going on.
And it really is, like I said, the low-hanging fruit, because even in your Facebook course, I know you talk about, getting the offer down and then going back and optimizing for that offer.
Yeah, I mean, the offer is the most important thing, right? Like in the course, I explained that a lot of people think that it's like they're not good at running Facebook ads. When at the end of the day, if your offer isn't good, it's not going to sell. And Kevin, we're learning every day. We are, right? Like we are. I would say we're pretty good at what we do well. We're pretty good at that. And we're learning every day, obviously. And because of what happened with COVID, things stopped working. The first thing we do is like we forget that like your offer can change over time, right? Like a good offer a year ago is different than a good offer in COVID when nobody's working. Right?
Right, exactly.
So we just had a really good lesson with our own brand, right? Like our brand was like dying in January. I mean, doing 3/4 of what we normally do in a month.
Which is scary because we, the two of us like sit there and scramble. We're like, what are we doing wrong here? Are we saying the wrong things? And like you said, it's just you can't put anything in front of them if your offer sucks.
Right, and that's what we had to do. We had to find a COVID offer, right? And we did that. I mean, we did what, almost $20,000 yesterday?
Yeah, yeah. I remember, and it all came in towards the end. A lot of it came in towards the end of the day because we were shooting for like $100K month, and we were I think I sent you a text in the afternoon. I was like, we're $3K away, or something, and we ended up like 12 over.
Right. So last year we were doing like $150,000, $160,000 months, right? And then January came and we did 50, maybe or 60, maybe 80. I don't 50, 67. I forgot the number, but we were like, man, what's going on? Like, it's just like the stuff not working anymore. And then like we tried so many different things, and we finally found an offer that is a really good COVID offer.
Yeah, and these things are the kinds of things that you think about like on the day-to-day basis. And back to like the original concept is the things that we're optimizing to make them better. This is even like to our own business. What I think what we're gonna have to do is we have like almost a year worth of engagement, of information from our customers and what they buy from, the offers that they buy. Now we need to use that to our benefit in some of this stuff that's automated. And I think that's the conversation that we had with our client about this flow that we did, right? And how we needed to figure out a way to communicate to these people, because for this client, we're getting like 100 to 200 people a day just organically signing up to their email list that really aren't getting the proper messaging. We got the offer. We know that works on Facebook and Google paid ads. Now organically, the people coming in, we need to figure out how to bring them down, that messaging to get the offer in front of them, because they signed up. They came to the website from any which direction. They signed up for this 10% off coupon. We send them the coupon. They get it 2 more times, and then it's basically like, okay, but buy our stuff. And you made a really good point, because I'm sitting there like, okay, how do we get this offer in front of them more regularly? And you're like, wait, hold on. This isn't a welcome series. You're like, a welcome series, you begin to give, how did you say? You said you give it your core values, right? You start engaging them on more of a personal level to bring them into your inner community of people. And I think that's kind of where we have to switch things around a little bit.
Right. So right now, when somebody signs up for a $10 coupon, that person gets the same emails as somebody who comes on a welcome email. It's like the same exact flow. And I was just saying, like, we got to split those people up, or like let them get let's send them through like these sales emails, and if they don't buy, then we can kind of bring them into like a different type flow. But I think also what you were getting at is that, we've learned a lot with this brand in the last year that can now be used in the flows to optimize and to get more sales, because we didn't have this information. And there's one thing, one of the people there, Kim gets protective of her group of people, and rightfully so. She's very protective.
Her group of people, meaning her
employees.
Her employees? Or are you talking about, like, I thought you meant like her group of people, like her customers, her
because
email list.
I said, and like, I think it bothered her a little bit, is like, I said, when we changed the messaging, it changed everything. She didn't quite agree. Remember, she was like, okay, you're right. Like she was kind of like a little like...
You mean when we changed the messaging to go after a certain type of person?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. To me, we had the same group of people working before that. We had the same everything before that. We were still doing the same PR. We were still doing everything the same.
Yeah.
And things just were... They just weren't...
Without question, it was a game changer.
It was a game changer.
Right.
To me, that is the difference. One day we sat down and we said, look, let's look at the data. Let's see who our customer is, and let's go after that customer. Because at that time, they were going after everybody. Mm-hmm. We did that, and somehow another year or two later, they're going to do 10 million. So for me, that's pretty cut and dry, right? Like, we went out after the right people. I don't think...
Well, that combined with the offer that we developed, right?
Yes. We had the right offer in front of the right person.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But we weren't running this offer before. So, yes, the offer and the person we were running it to. I felt like that messaging was like a huge... Because you have to have the right messaging for the right offer, right? I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand, right? So, I thought that was like a pivotal point in this. And I think she was like, she thought I was taking away from her team, but I wasn't. I was just saying, like, without her team, we couldn't have done it.
We would have never gotten the message out like we wanted to do. Like, you have to have a group of people who are going to execute, so that's obviously a huge part of it.
But, so anyway, the point is now we can take what we learned with this new messaging and put it into the flows that we didn't have that information back then. We started it.
So we had this flow that we were working with pre-COVID that came from, our concept of speaking to a certain individual that we put into this flow, 14 emails or something, and COVID just totally derailed the whole process. It was basically, we went into survival mode with them, and it was like, I don't even remember exactly what we did, but it was like, we were putting things out of, on back order. We weren't letting people buy because processing, we couldn't get the, not processing, we couldn't get the, what is it called? The shit. What do you mean?
Yeah, like the factory couldn't produce.
Right.
Because of COVID and stuff. So, there was a lot of things going on. But the point is that we have. There's probably thousands and thousands of dollars that we're leaving on the table just by not revisiting these flows.
And it's so easy to do that when you're such into that.
Growth.
Growth. I mean, we're going through it with all of our businesses that we're dealing with, and our own business. It's like, now it's time we have these pieces in place. Now it's time to step back and kind of create this messaging. And it kind of like, I didn't even remember that we did all that. But I wanted to kind of like talk about this welcome series and what it should be, because obviously someone goes to your website and we talk about having like some kind of offer on your website that asks somebody for an email address. Could be a PDF, could be something like that, because this is going to be a welcome series for everybody. No matter how you come into our ecosystem, you gotta put people through something that's not just like sale, sale, sale. And I hear who was it that always lost my train of
Patagonia.
thought. Yeah, Patagonia. Like I signed up for their email list, and you don't even see any offers or any sales on products.
They hardly talk about like offers and sales. I mean, a lot of what they do is talking about like their core values. They talk about what they do, and they kind of throw in like, in this part of the world, we do this with this cotton, and this is how our coat is made. Like they kind of throw it in, but it gives you like this sense of belonging to something, indoctrinating, so to speak.
Yeah, and I think it's such a key thing. And I sign up for email lists all the time, like constantly, and I see it. I see even these big like Hurley. I signed up for Hurley's email list a while back. I just bought some product from them, and it's just like every day I get an email every day about what I can buy from them. I never got really emotionally invested into the brand. Yeah, exactly. And Russell Brunson talks about it a lot. He makes the analogy of him and his wife when his wife and him first met. He's like, I didn't walk up to her and say, let's go get married, let's go have kids. It was like, okay, let's go maybe have dinner. Let's, or maybe let's just sit and talk. Like
right.
And that's the same kind of thing that your email list does. It's like you gotta ease into this relationship, and email marketing is basically like relationship building with this community of people. So, when you get somebody, obviously if someone signs up for your 10% off coupon, there is a level of, engagement there that, you want to give them their 10% off. You want to send it to them. You want to try to get them to use that coupon as soon as possible, even on the website before they go to their email. But after that point, like you have say a 3-day window where they can use the coupon, let's just say, and it expires. But after that, then what do? You send them, value. You send them, what your beliefs are. You send them blog posts. You send them, you make them feel like part of your community, like Patagonia does. Yeah.
And I think that like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, this client that we're talking about, we didn't really know what they were buying into. Like they were just kind of like, we have this like group of people, this amazing company that with like these amazing people. Really, they are. I mean, you go to we're around these people a lot, but we're around these people and they're just all awesome people. Like we got to get that out into the universe. Like the people need to know how great these people are outside of what they see on the website. And
because they're really authentic people. Like they're not like just in this for a selling of a product. They're really invested into creating this community.
Helping people,
really helping people, and you got to get that out. And then people end up buying for no other reason than, you have a great product, but that's almost secondary. Like you have a good product, but they're buying in to your community, and they sometimes may be like, I just feel like I need to buy this. That's the way Apple does it.
The other day, I went to go buy something. I forgot what it was, but I saw it on a website. It was the thing was like $3. Okay, never heard of the website before. I didn't know anything, and then I was like, let me go check Amazon. It was one of those kind of products. Amazon had it there for like $8 because they're not the cheapest. Amazon, they used to be. They're not cheap anymore. But I know, I like looking at that. Get it tomorrow.
Right.
I know what it was. You know what it was? It was hangers. I went into freaking Target. There was a line all the way down the aisle.
Yeah, because they have one line into every single.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I saw that. I turned right back around. I went to Target. I saw that. I turned right back around, and I went home on Amazon, and it said get them the next day. So I'm indoctrinated like into that, like right, like I like that sense of like I went to Target because I wanted them right then and there, but I didn't want to sit on that line, so Amazon gets to me the next day. Where I live, I get a lot of stuff next day, as Prime.
Right.
So I just did that, and so like I'm indoctrinated to the speed of that product, right? I'm indoctrinated to like I know I'm not going to pay the cheapest price, but I'm going to get it the fastest, and I don't have to leave my desk. Right. Now, Patagonia, on the other hand, you're probably not going to buy Patagonia on Amazon.
No.
Right. You're probably not buying that.
Maybe I don't even know if they
could, but the guaranteed is not.
Look, you're still gonna get the people who are always gonna buy on Amazon. Like it's just the way it is.
Right. But if you can get people into your world like Patagonia does, you'll wait a little longer for it.
Exactly.
Because you want it from them, because you bought into their stuff. So this product we're talking about, we want to do that as well, because it's one of those type products where you can buy into.
Right, exactly. It's a community product, and it's cool.
I think the moral of all this, though, Kevin, because we kind of went on a...
Yeah, we were all over the place a little bit.
We're all over the place. But the point is that, you know, you got to revisit these things. That like, because honestly, like this welcome series, this 10% off discount was like such a high priority 3 years ago. And now we totally forgot about it. You know, there's more people on the email. There's more people coming into the email. There's more, you know, like than there was 3 years ago, right? So, it makes sense to go back there and look, because guaranteed we can optimize that welcome series, and bring some of the things that we've learned over the last 3 years into that.
And all that drives,
sales.
you know, you're still going to send your sales. You're still going to send your email list, email blasts, or whatever you want to call them, on a regular basis. But these indoctrinating emails are what's going to feed the sales of those emails in the long run. You know, you might go into that flow, and you may see, you know, 0 sales, or, you know, no dollar amount at all. But then your campaigns will improve. Your offer emails will improve over time. So, yeah, you all good, man?
I was hoping that wasn't Uzi.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna. Yeah, a lot of activity here.
That activity.
Okay, so, anyway, your Facebook course.
ecommerceuncensored.com/truth.
Sign up for that, and that's about it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been episode 206. As always, you can check us out at ecommerceuncensored.com, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.
Later.